Welcome everyone, Kenny the Colorado Gambler, February the 10th, 2022. We are piping down, getting ready for the Super Bowl. And also today I posted and launched the Super Bowl prop sheet, which is going to be fun. I see a couple props I already like, kind of got a head start on those. Just a different way to have a little fun, or even easier way to make some money. Some of these props are easier to hit than picking the actual winner or total, which I haven't released my Super Bowl pick yet. Still working on that. Kind of waiting to see what these totals are going to end up at. Right now, I caught one at 48, and also caught a line. Won't say the book yet, but because they fluctuate. But I caught a line at -3.5. On the Rams. Doesn't mean I'm taking the Rams. It just means that it's actually dropped, fluctuated from anywhere from 4.5 back down to 3.5. That happens when there's a lot of money placed on one particular side. One thing the public, a lot of the average public or average Joe do not understand and recognize about the way these lines are created is Vegas throws out a line initially, what they think is appropriate, and then people jump on either side, allowing Vegas to play the middleman. So if you bet one side high, they're going to try to influence the other public to bet the other side so that they have a balance and always get their VIG. So that's how that works. Doesn't mean that one team is actually 4.5 points better than the other. It just means that's what the public believes and has forced the casinos to do. So that's my lessons on line movement for today. I actually kept that under 2 minutes. Pretty impressed. That's why also we want to press the issue about subscribing to our YouTube channel. I've posted the link. Those that we had like 5 new users yesterday, which greatly appreciated, man. I know it takes a little time to build these things, and not everybody's interested in the content. But for those that do, like I say, even if you don't use it, just so that I can get my subscribers up, click like and subscribe on the YouTube link. Also, just for those that want to have fun with the prop sheets, we're going to enter everyone. Once you answer the questions, send it to my DM, or you can post it on the page. I love that. That's cool too. Everyone can see it. Or just put it in the DM, and we'll give away something, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a hoodie, or something we'll find to make it interesting and fun. All right, yesterday, you got to take them on the chin. Our college basketball and NBA free picks now is at 2 and 3, meaning we won 2 games and lost 3. The 2 that we lost yesterday was actually Harvard versus Yale. I had Harvard -1, and they actually lost by 3. And then Ohio State -2.5 got beat down by Rutgers. So those 2 losses bring our record to 2 and 3. No big deal. One thing I don't include in these free plays and information that you don't see, my cheat button, I call it, is live betting. If I'm losing and it looks bad or lopsided early in the game, that's the beauty of the industry now, like the stock market. I can jump in on the other side and choose the other side and try to break even. Not necessarily break even. I may lose the VIG, the 10%, but it's better than losing a whole $1,000 bet or $10,000 bet or whatever the group has made. So live betting allows us to kind of hedge, as the old term, and pick the other side if things aren't looking good. So I'm still going to take my loss here on record, being 2 for 3, but we were able to sustain some of the loss back, or get some of the loss back by live betting. So that's another intricate part that I don't explain. And if you notice, after the game start, I'm tied up. I'm watching laptops. I'm trying to make sure that either we're winning or we're bailing out and trying to break even. So that's my second lecture of the day, live betting. So therefore, today you got the line movement as well as live betting, 2 intricate parts of the industry. All right, coming up upon 5 minutes here. So to get money back in units, what I also do, another thing that I haven't put on here, but I will put it, I'm going to actually include it today for those that panic when you do drop 2 and 3, is money line bets as well, or totals that you may like. I have 4 games that I will share today, and a couple of them are simply just money line, meaning that do not have to cover the spread. We simply just have to win. So I'm going to start with the early game. Now, a trick about early games, when I say early, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern. That's early, but what that does is that gives us a leg up on any parlays or just a boost if we know anything about the game. I wouldn't take it just to be betting, or investing just to be investing. But when you do your research and you see some type of edge, then it's nice to be able to have a early game to jump on and see how the rest of your day may go. That's another reason I love baseball. Baseball starts as early as 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, so that gives me a lot of time to either get ahead or catch up and make up if needed. Never chase money. If you don't know what you're doing and you don't like your picks, don't pick just to be catching up. Take your losses like I did yesterday and just wait on another day. That saves your bankroll, trust me. So the 4 picks for today to get back. And again, we're not chasing. We're just using these because we did some research last night and we just like the opportunities. 3 o'clock going off. We're gonna jump on Wagner, which is 16-2 versus Mount St. Mary's. This is in the Northeast Conference. A lot of people do not watch or know anything about it. I love ESPN Plus, as well as there's a couple of channels where you can go back and watch reruns and history of these games. But what a thing I look at is mutual opponents. How did both teams play against a certain opponent? Which this case I used Bryant. The St. Mary's team, which is 11-11, their record, by the way, lost twice to Bryant, 73-66 and 62-61, while Wagner, which is 16-2, they did beat Bryant 84-81 recently. So a lot more points scored by Wagner, as well as they did give up quite a few, but looks like they were able to handle Bryant, while St. Mary's has already lost to them twice. That's just one angle. I can go into free throw percentage, 3-point percentage, any stat that you want. I have. That's another reason. Back to the YouTube. Please click on this YouTube link and hit subscribe so that we can share more general information and have a lot of time to go live where you guys can call in and ask questions while we're recording. I can't wait for that opportunity to be able to do that. That requires a certain amount of subscribers. So help me out. Subscribe, share, and like. Thank you. The next pick. Iowa and Maryland over the total. I caught it at 146. It's now moved up to 147. Kind of what I was telling you about lines. When everybody jumps on that 146, Vegas has to make it higher. So EV, expected value, is where you make your money also. That's a third lesson. EV is basically saying, okay, I only paid 146, but now it costs someone 147, 149. I made money on the investment by making it at the right time. So over 146, Iowa and Maryland. The third one would be, we also have going off today, Duke versus Clemson. I just remembered. And we're going to go money line just because Clemson can be dangerous at home. And I think they just recently played as well, but Duke kind of struggled with them last time they played. Or that was actually North Carolina, I'm sorry. Duke a little bit better than North Carolina, I'll definitely say that. But I would actually take the money line regardless at minus 275 on the road at Clemson to be our third pick of today's parlay. And the fourth and final will be Purdue at Michigan. Michigan is not the Michigan of old, even though I love Juwan Howard as coach. He and Penny Hardaway have had to admit, or have admitted this season, that they're struggling with their roster. They're not the same team that they were not even last year. So the talent is kind of panned out for them. Their name is what it is, and that's why the line is what it is. But it's not the same Michigan squad. And Purdue actually has two of the best big men in the country, outside of Coffee for Illinois. So we're going to take Purdue's big man to kind of handle. And Ivy. Ivy is trying to look like Ja Morant and play like him as well. Not as talented, not at all comparing him, but the kid is emulating Ja Morant on a daily night. It seems like he goes home and watches some Grizzly film and comes back and try to do it. But they have a nice squad. Actually, may find their way in the Final Four, just depending on how the brackets look this year. All right, so there we go. We have Wagner money line, Duke money line. We just said Duke, Wagner, Iowa and Maryland over the total, and Purdue. Purdue, that's our four. Now, as far as units, this might be the fourth lesson. Plus 433 is what this is on the money line. If you were to take the spread, it would pay quite a bit more, probably double. But to be conservative, if you ever get in a rut and you're not as strong or sure about the actual spread, but you do know a little bit about the teams, money line is an easy and a nice, prosperous way to invest your money. It's not a large return, kind of the risk versus reward type of concept. But plus 433, what that means is if you're $1,000 better, these four picks, if all come through, will pay out $4,333. And then vice versa, $100 is $433, and so on. $10 you're getting $43.33. So that is our four picks for the day. This one ran a little long. Again, please subscribe, like, share, and then look again for the prop sheet. It's going to be posted here shortly. Thank you for your time and for clicking subscribe and like. Thanks again for those who have already done it. And let's have some fun with the Super Bowl. Thank you.